Hi, from Lucia Corso Voice Teacher. The today episode of Voice series will be on a particularly cherished by me topic, particularly emotional, particularly reactive for some things, because it is one of the weak points of our community and of our historical epoch. What I mean by that, if you look at those photos that I'm putting there, you're going to see that I do something that is a bit out of my expertise, but is quite important to illustrate something happening since some time. When I say golden era, it is that, we idolize the past. Still, sometimes we acknowledge that in some periods, and now that we have the recordings, we can even control that, and it is objective, that we have come from a period with huge quantities of amazing, refined, sophisticated, technical, and effective voices in classical music and opera, and in the pop, from pretty free and good voices to what? A quite great crisis moment. I will not analyze all the reasons, because the reasons are very complex, but something that happens when we have a wave of excellence, of progress, of a golden era, of achievements, of opening of insight and knowledge and upgrade of our human nature and our societies, it happens what? We have a backlash. So it is not true that it was better. It is true that it has been better. It has become a little worse. It will be again better. It will come back in the backlash, will come back up. In my vision, that is not correct, it's just my vision. I like to think it as the negative feedback. You discuss and you destroy an innovation to control if it was really an innovation. You destroy ancient ways of doing to discover that without a part of those, which is the part that we get into knowledge, I don't go that far. Why I'm telling that? Because in our now, we have less trust, less nuances and contexts of voice development. Where did it start? It starts a long time ago, when it was yet the golden era. In this great book, this is in Italian, but you can find it in English. The great singers in here, which are quite, you see the names. And they were all. They illustrates what in their career they are seeing for young singers. And they say that now, in the years of this book, which is, sorry I didn't tell you, it is 1987. So for some, yet out of the golden era, because the golden era was the 60s or something like that. They say what? They say that for marketing reasons, in the epoch, they see singers going to the top immediately without being prepared. Being prepared, what it means? That they can't get to the top. No, that they see that the ulterior development will be stunted. Yeah, it has happened. Because if the market tell you that you can get to the top of the market without all the previous development they were doing, he's telling you that the previous development they were doing is useless. Is it true? We see now that no. Second, we had a globalization. Globalization, for some sort, is fantastic. And another thing for the marketing, it becomes that you have less diversity. Because the same star system, globalized, means that they are gaining more by less stars. And it takes a toll into the other niches of public and the other reality of public. Is it this forever? No. Because as human beings, those niches of public are realities, are diversity, are the richness of diversity. And the development means that from here, you're getting there. It's not exactly you do that and you come back that. You do that and you come back there. You do that and you come back there. You do that and you come back there. Into the messy process of the success for which you come, you come back, you time to. The line is of progress. Into this progress, you give more pleasure to your public. And you give something that here you could not produce there. For the voice specificities, to be young is one of the things that makes you look more advanced that you are. Because simply to be young means that your larynx has more cartilages. So it has more flexibility. You can force it more. But when you force it more, it looks like you can do more things. Yeah. They don't contain the refinement of a developed larynx doing those things without its flexibility. And to get there, you need the development. And to get to the development, you need the process. And the process is something that is in common to all. To have the differences between all being a resource and not a limitation. When I wrote something of that kind, that is like to say, if I have a violinist with a big hand and also a big arm and a certain aid, you're going to use those characteristics to change and adapt his playing, his phrase, his dynamics, his positions, so that this is a resource. But when you look at a player like that, and you are smaller, and with a smaller hand, or more flexible, or different length of fingers, and this part smaller or bigger, you take inspiration from him. And everything that you can do as him. But you don't force your hand as if your hand is exactly as his or hers or whatever. There's as you want, of course. Because this is denying reality. The process and the knowledge and the nuances is so that you can have all these individual diversities being happy into the process and the development. Now we have trolls. I said something of the kind. He's a fantastic artist, he's a great artist, so I'm not going to criticize, but I have to say you cannot do as him, exactly. He's a great singer. This 18, you have to demonstrate that it is damaging. It was not my comment. Trolls flourish into decadence, into backlash. So when you feed the troll, when you believe the troll, you're into a backlash dynamic. We're getting back to our Renaissance. I am one of those getting back to our Renaissance. I leave you some pages talking exactly about this. Think about nuances, reality, process is what makes us happy, producing, smiling, collaborating, sophisticated, able. See you next week.